Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. The title of our today's video is How to Create SendPulse Subscriber on Jotform Submission. So I'm running a business and I'm using Jotform as my form builder application, and I wish that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Jotform account, automatically a new subscriber should be added to my SendPulse too. For this, we are going to create a connection between Jotform and SendPulse. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use Jotform, and for action, we are using SendPulse. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to learn how to create a SendPulse subscriber for new Jotform submission. For this, we are going to create a connection between our SendPulse account and our Jotform account. To create this connection, I have already opened the landing page of Pabbly. You can also open it simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in your browser. It is very easy. So as soon as you'll open the landing page of Pabbly, you will get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you'll get 100 of tasks free every month. But I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting two applications, which is SendPulse and Jotform. So I'm going to click on access now. And yes, you can see that it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, we are going to click on this button right over here which says create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create a SendPulse subscriber on Jotform submission. And now we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application, which would be Jotform, because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Jotform account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. And for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new response. And as you can see that it is giving me a webhook URL, so we are going to use this webhook URL to create a connection between our Jotform account and our Pabbly's workflow. So I'm going to copy this URL. And then we are going to open our Jotform account. And as you can see that this is my account, and over here are the forms that I have already created. So if you wish to create a new form, you can click on create form right over here and create your own form. But I am using this form which is named lead form. So I'm going to click on edit form right over here. So if you wish, you can add or delete elements from your form too, but this is my final form, so I'm moving on to the settings. And now from the left sidebar, we are going to go on integrations. And then we are going to search for webhooks right over here. So I'm going to search for webhook. We are going to open webhooks. And over here it is asking me for a webhook URL. So first we are going to erase this and then we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow. And as you can see that I have pasted my URL, and now we are going to click on complete integration. And yes, you can see that we have successfully created an integration between our Jotform and our Pabbly's workflow. So now I'm going to click on finish. And yes, you can see a tick mark right over here. This means that our integration is successful. And now we are going to go on publish. And as you can see that this is the form link. So we are going to open this form link and do a test submission. So I'm going to enter the name as demo, last name as user, country code as this, and the phone number as this. And for the email, I'm going to use demo@pabblytudes.com. And then we are going to click on submit. And yes, you can see your submission has been received. This means that Jotform has sent a submission to our workflow. So we are going to open our workflow and we'll check that if Pabbly has captured the details of our submission or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the details. Over here you can see the first name, the last name, email, and also the phone number with the country code. So this means that our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select SendPulse because I want that as soon as a new form is submitted in my Jotform account, automatically a subscriber should be added to SendPulse too. And now for the action event, we are going to select Add Subscriber. And again, we are going to click on Connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your SendPulse account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to click on add a new connection and then it will ask you for an ID and a secret. So for this, we are going to log into our SendPulse account. And as you can see that this is my SendPulse account and I've already logged in it. So it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. And now we are going to move on to the profile and then account settings. And over here you can see API. So we are going to open this. And over here you can see the ID and the secret. So we are going to copy this and paste it in our workflow. So first we are going to copy the ID and we are going to paste it right over here. We are going to do same for the secret too. And then we are going to paste it right over here. And as you can see that I have successfully pasted and now I'm going to click on save. And yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our SendPulse account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the mailing list name. So for this, I'm going to select new data list. You can select your desired list from here. And then it is asking me for the email, name and the phone number. So we are going to map these details. Mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Jotform as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, which is Jotform. So first we are going to open the response and search for email right over here. And over here you can see the email. So we are going to map this demo@pabblytudes.com. And then we are going to map the name. So we are going to search for name right over here. And as you can see, it is first name and last name. So first we are going to map the first name, put a space and then the last name. Again, it is asking me for the phone number. So we are going to do same for the phone number also. We are going to search for phone right over here, map the country code and then the phone number. So as you can see that I have successfully completed my mapping. And now my workflow is ready to run in real time because as soon as I map these details, all these details became dynamic. And now these details will change with every new Jotform submitted. And now after mapping, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see result 1. This means that it is a positive response and with the help of our details, a new subscriber is created in SendPulse too. So we are going to open our SendPulse and as you can see, all of these are my mailing list, but we created a new contact in new data list. So I'm going to open this. And yes, you can see a new contact has been created with demo@pabblytudes.com, the same phone number and the same name, which is demo user. This means that our workflow is successful, but I'll just test the workflow once and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So we are going to submit another response in our Jotform account. I'm going to refresh this page. And we are going to again submit a response and check that if the details of these response create a new contact in our SendPulse or not. So for the first name, I'm going to enter it as test, last name as user only, country code as this, and the phone number as this. And for the email, we are going to use test@pabblytudes.com. And again, we are going to click on submit. And yes, you can see your submission has been received. This means that Jotform has sent a submission to our workflow. Pabbly triggered the workflow and further created a contact or a subscriber in our SendPulse. So we are going to directly open our SendPulse and check that if a new subscriber has been created or not. This time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. We'll directly open our SendPulse. And over here you can see new data list. So we are going to refresh this page. And yes, you can see test@pabblytudes.com with the same phone number and the name has been created in our SendPulse too. This means that our workflow and our automation is successful. And now I'm going to summarize the workflow for you once. For the trigger application, we selected Jotform. For the trigger event, we selected new response. Pabbly gave us a webhook URL, so we used this URL to create a connection between our Jotform account and our Pabbly's workflow. And then we did a test submission. Pabbly captured the response of our test submission and then we moved on to our action step. For our action application, we selected SendPulse. For our action event, we selected Add Subscriber. We connected our SendPulse account with our Pabbly's workflow, and then it asked me for the mailing list name. So I selected the mailing list name, and then we mapped the details of the email, name and phone number. We mapped these details because we wanted these details to turn dynamic and change with every new form submission. So as soon as I mapped these details, my workflow was ready to run in real time. And as you can see over here are the 2 contacts I created during this video. So if you have any questions related to the workflow or the video, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.